Yeah, I know. That's not the first comment to tell me that my mustache is ugly. What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown. And if you're new here, welcome. So I had a comment in my latest video from Mark Jones. Shout out to you. And it basically was asking, what are your thoughts on the Falcons for 2022? What do you think their record is going to be? And I answered honestly. I said, you know what? It looks like the Falcons are going to rebuild in 2022, and the roster is just so freaking bad anyway. I think at the lowest, we're going to get around 2 wins, and then at the highest, 7 wins. But realistically, I predict that we probably get around 4 to 5 wins. It just doesn't look like it's going to be a good year for us. But, if there is any reason for the Falcons to overachieve in 2022, I really do believe it'll be on the hands of just one guy. And that is Arthur Smith. I really do believe that he is the answer at head coach, and we literally cannot afford to lose him. He's getting too much crap early on simply because the roster that he has to work with in year 1 and 2 just wasn't good. But speaking of year 1, let's go back to what he did with this roster in his first year as a head coach. Wouldn't you say that the Falcons overachieved? I would definitely say that. With a roster that was not good at all in 2021. And keep in mind, the 2022 roster is even worse. So, hear me out. With a really bad roster in 2021, we had absolutely no business to be in that playoff conversation. None whatsoever. With Dan Quinn, I feel like we did, because we had Julio Jones and Matt Ryan and that Super Bowl 2016 squad throughout the years. But with Dan Quinn, we always started out so freaking soft, and the team had no fight in them, but then they did at the end of the season magically, and it was too late to make playoffs. But with Arthur Smith, a terrible roster, we were in that playoff conversation the whole way through the season. And we should not have been. Now, yes, we maybe had an easier schedule than we did in years past, and the NFC wasn't as good as it was hyped up to be. But it's still a terrible roster, though. Like, the Falcons in 2021 were not a good team. But Arthur Smith, you can tell the culture was more, the players were more alert than they were with Dan Quinn. And whenever things were going bad, the players would lift each other up more than they did with Dan Quinn. When things were going right, they would celebrate more than they did with Dan Quinn. They were much more alert and much more disciplined, and very clearly it paid off, because it's not like we started soft again and we started 1-5 and 1-7 and it was too late to turn things around. No, we were in the whole entire playoff mix the whole way through with Arthur Smith. The culture here is definitely good, and I think it's only going to get better now that Arthur Smith is getting more experience at head coach. But speaking of getting more experience at head coach, it's not just the culture that he's bringing in, it's also the offensive play calling that is going to really help this team. Everyone knows that Arthur Smith is a good play caller, but I think they forgot how good of a play caller he is. Did you not just see what he did with Cordero Patterson? Nobody saw that coming. He just broke out in the middle of nowhere. And then did you see what he did with Ryan Tannehill with the Titans? He broke out in the middle of nowhere. Kyle Pitts was excellent year 1. And he did work with Marcus Mariota before, so maybe he makes him break out. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know about that one, but you get the idea. The offensive play calling from Arthur Smith, let's not forget how good he was at Tennessee. And the fact that he finally got his feet wet as a head coach in the year 1, just get your feet wet, experience what it's like as a head coach. Year 1 is over. It's time for a huge step up in year 2. And usually, year 2 is a huge year for both NFL players and coaches. And when they take off in year 2. And I just really expect that for Arthur Smith. He's a guy with a winning mentality and tries to bring in a great culture and has great offensive play calling. And say what you will, but this is an offensive league. All of these teams are making the Super Bowl mainly because of their offense. The Buccaneers, they did have a good defense, but a change at quarterback for their offense with a offensive-minded head coach in Bruce Arians, pretty sure that's what made them win the Super Bowl. The Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid led Kansas City Chiefs, I think that is safe to say that's what led them to a Super Bowl. The Rams had a change at quarterback with an offensive-minded head coach and Sean McVay. You get the idea. I am pretty sure this is an offensive league. Do you need defense? Yes. Do the Falcons need to build defense badly, especially through this defensive draft? Yes. Arthur Smith would love to build a defense here. I'm not saying forget about defense. I'm just saying I really do feel that offense is ever so slightly a little more crucial to have if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, at least in 2022. But you still need a defense. And if offense, at least I guess in my opinion, is more important than defense, then we got the head coach for that. And I think he's only going to build a better offense from here on out because, yeah, while we might be rebuilding this year, I mean, think about it. We could be trading away and trading down and getting a lot of picks to fix the receiving room for this year. And maybe they click in year one like Kyle Pitts did on the offense. I don't know, like Marcus Mariota could break out with Arthur Smith because he knows how to make players break out of nowhere. You get the idea. Arthur Smith, I really, really do believe in him. Now, hold on, I'm not all of a sudden saying that I think the Falcons are going to win the Super Bowl in 2022, but I am saying that the Falcons could either get around that, 8-win range to 9 to 10 win range as an overachievement. I'm not predicting that'll happen, but if they do overachieve, I think it'll be because of Arthur Smith. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate y'all for the support. And as always, rise up.